Hey guys, welcome to today's video where we are going to go through a 10-minute aerial yoga morning flow. Today you're going to be building blood circulation in the body and using gravity to help with your decompression and spinal health as we move through class today. You'll also notice that today's sequence is a loop style design, so you'll be able to repeat the sequence over and over as many times as you like, even after this video ends. So without further ado, let's get started. You're going to start behind your hammock. So come on behind the hammock, and you'll notice that the hammock is at hip level height. And you're going to come into a forward fold. So bring the feet nice and wide, about shoulder distance apart, so a little bit wider than hip width distance. Hands are going to come through the center and then wrap around the outside to grip. And you'll keep the hands nice and spread apart. You can bring them closer together, but if you'd like to spread and open up through the shoulders a little more, you'll bring the hands further apart, about shoulder distance. Start to lean forward into a flat back. And noticing that the shoulders can open up here, you might play with bending and straightening out the arms. Noticing that the pelvis stays tucked, belly button pulling in, and find a little softness through the knees, so buoyancy through the knees. You're gonna start to take a sway here, so start to sway the body over to the right, through center and over to the left. Take that 2 more times on each side, breathing with your movement. Allowing shoulders, that side of the body to expand, and then gently come back to center. You're going to start to decompress the shoulders a little bit more. So the hands are going to widen, so you might need to use your core to pull up a little bit. Coming wide with the hand grip so that you can find enough space to bring the shoulders behind you, and the hammock's going to work as a tension point between your 2 hands. So the shoulders will come back behind you, and then they'll come over the top, out in front again. So doing that 3 more times, you might bring your hands slowly further together to increase that stretch. You'll notice that the shoulders are really tight on that backwards motion, range of motion. Take 1 more to the back, 1 more to the front. You're gonna meet at the back, so come to the back. And then start to hang your head all the way to the ground. Keep the knees nice and soft. You might even close your eyes here. Allow the neck to decompress. Starting to maybe shake the head across 1 shoulder at a time, looking over 1 shoulder at a time. Gently releasing any tension in the neck. Take 1 more big inhale here. And coming back to center as you exhale. Your option here to reach up a little bit higher. So you're going to come and flip your back inside of the hammock. If this is not accessible to you, then hang on just for 1 second. So for people who can flip, you're going to bring your weight into your hand grip, start to lean forward a little bit, lifting up the heels. You might take a little tiny bounce and then bring your hips inside of the hammock. If you feel like you can't flip over like that, it's potentially because you're not leaning down far enough, so you need to find a deeper bend in your knees. Higher height through the hands, looking up, chin into the chest, looking back behind you, lifting up the heels, take that bounce, and then pulling up to flip the hips inside. If you're still struggling and you're not able to do that flip, you're going to come up, roll up to standing. Hands are going to bring that belt back behind your back, and you're going to come into your inversion, inverted goddess inversion. So everyone's meeting in this inversion, whether you flipped or whether you stood up to get into it. The back of the hands come onto the ground. Notice if your core is, your lower back is swaying or your core is engaged. Can you press your hips inside of the, towards the hammock? So pressing those hips towards the hammock, the ankles are going to press behind you. And you're going to take 2 long deep breaths here. And a long exhale. Allow your head to completely relax. 1 more big inhale. Keep pulling through that pelvis. Let go of something as you exhale. You can come into a spinal twist, so gently lift the hands. Bring both hands over to wrap around the body over to the left. Look over your left shoulder. And then come back through center and hands widen. And both hands are going to wrap over towards the left. Look over that left shoulder. Come back through center. Your hands are going to reach up underneath your ankles. Feet are going to come to the opposite side of the fabric. You're going to pull your torso up, climb up on each side with the hand grip. Point the toes to the sky. You're going to bring either bent legs, so your knees bent, or straight legs. You're going to tick-tock those legs all the way over until they're going to face the ground. So you need to use a lot of core to help control that half circle you're creating with your body, either with your knees or with your toes. You're going to meet in a down dog, so hands and feet to the ground. Press down through the heels, let your head hang heavy to the ground. Look back towards your thighs. Take a big breath in here and a big breath out. Beautiful. Fingertips to the ground. Start to lift up the chest, lifting up the feet. So feet and shoulders and head are in one straight line. Start to pull that pelvis in, belly button pulls in. So again, you're keeping integrity in the lower back. Start to bend your heels into your glutes. You're going to bring the knees in towards your chest and then take a big circle out wide with both knees up the top, and then they come back together and down. Take 2 more just like that, big circles out wide. Last one. And moving in the other direction, so knees are going to come up, wide, down, and together. If your hip flexors are not used to hanging and this massage sensation on your hips, you can always stop the video and grab a towel or blanket to fold over the hammock and create extra padding for your hips. Bring your feet back onto the ground. You're going to walk to the top or to the back side of your mat, walk forward. Come into a forward fold, soften through the knees, heels come down, let the head hang heavy. As you inhale, roll the spine up slowly all the way to standing. You're upside down for a long time, so notice if you need a moment to take a long deep breath in and a breath out to recenter your gravity and your blood flow in your body. You're going to take a step back. Kind of find that front hand grip, hands come wide through the center and around to grab. We're back in our starting position. Like I said, it's a loop, so the start and end go together. Coming through for that forward fold, flat back, and start to take a sway over to the right and then to the left. Taking 1 more to each side. Coming back through center. Start to open up the shoulders, so bring more weight into the feet, into the core, soften the knees. Widening the hand grip up the hammock, and then pulling the hammock taut between both hands. You'll open up the shoulders behind you and then back overhead. To increase the stretch, slowly you'll bring the hands a little millimeter closer together. And if it's too much, your shoulders seem to be not going evenly as you pull the hammock over, then you've probably gone too far. You'll need to widen the hands. So you'll meet with the hands behind you and start to come into a deeper forward fold. Let the head hang heavy. Taking 3 rounds of shaking the head over one shoulder, slowly moving the chin over the other. You might close your eyes and enjoy the sensation of the neck decompressing itself. Take 1 more breath here, and then meet back in center. And again, you're going to come into that back belt, so that inversion, inverted goddess, either coming through standing, or maybe you challenge yourself, grip up a little higher, lean into the balls of the feet, take a little tiny bounce to pull up and come into your inverted goddess. So soles of the feet together in the front, back of the hands to the ground. Take a big breath in here and a big breath out. Enjoy the sensation, pulling the pelvis in, engaging the core so you're still active through your body. Starting to find that twist, so bring both hands over to the left. Look over that left shoulder, back around the front, then over to the right. Wrapping the hands around the body, look over your right shoulder. And then come back through center. Hands grip up on the hammock underneath your feet. Feet come to the other side. Knees tucked in or toes straight up. Moving in the opposite direction, so the feet are going to come, draw that half circle in the opposite direction, whichever side you did last time, do the other way until you come all the way down into your down dog. Hands and feet to the ground, pressing down through your heels, let your head hang heavy. Take a big breath in, breath out. Beautiful, come into your hip hang. So fingertips to the ground, pulling up through the chest, and the feet are level with the ground as well, parallel with the ground. I'm gonna keep the legs straight this time, so bring the feet down, and then nice and wide, drawing a big circle up high and together. Take 2 more just like that. Wide circle. Completing that last circle, and then move in the other direction. Feet up, wide, down, together. 2 more. leaning back and center. Feet to the ground, walking to the top of the mat. Heels come down, forward fold, let your head hang heavy, and then inhale, roll it all the way up to standing. Beautiful, reach up high, and then thumbs to heart center as you exhale. So that's our class for today. Thank you so much for joining me for your morning flow. I hope that this has invigorated you and you find lots of success in your day today. If you liked this video, then make sure that you hit that thumbs up icon and like the video, and also subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you get notified when I release new videos every week. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and have a lovely day today. Bye guys.